So welcome, Mindful Hatha, Tuesday, September 1st. So I participated in a friggin' unbelievable meditation this morning with that guy I follow, Kasai, however you say it. It was just magical, and I felt like he was speaking to me independently, but there's like, I'm sure, thousands of people on it. And if it resonated with me so personally, I think it's going to resonate with you. So that's what inspired me. And it was about a lot of what we do, which is really lighting the light in yourself, which we all have. And we just get dimmed sometimes when things get yucky. So in yoga, or in the Hindu land, there's a goddess called Lakshmi, which is the goddess of light and abundance. And in my world, that's Mother Mary, but Lakshmi is that world, and that's okay. Or it could be Mother Nature, whatever it is. So that's kind of where we're going to go today, in this goddess of light and abundance. And abundance not meaning just the green, abundance meaning fortune, which has made its way kind of into my world lately. The name Fortune, which is my middle name, Fortunata. So it's kind of interesting how this all has landed and fell together in a really cool class. So we're going to start laying down. So go ahead and get cozy. And you're going to come into diamond pose laying down, or Supta Baddha Konasana. So just take a moment and land. So your bottoms of your feet will touch. Your knees will be wide. There you go, Deb. And you're going to go ahead and just land, get in there. And I'm still expecting a couple more people, but we're going to go ahead and start. So Supta Baddha Konasana is actually a pose dedicated for this goddess of light within you, or this goddess of light in abundance, this mother goddess. So as you land here, know that she does take many forms in order to reincarnate, as she must, in different lifetimes, as we do. We reincarnate every day, almost hour by hour, by who we are in with company with, right? So now I'd like you to place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly. And with your hand on your heart, and as you settle into the stillness, as thoughts begin to arise, which of course they do, place them in your heart gently and ask if it's important to listen to right now. That's it. Is this important to think about right now, or can I let it go for an hour and just focus on myself? And as you return back to that statement over and over again, throughout the practice, as thoughts come in, or as you get distracted or something happens, again, place it gently in your heart and just listen. Now I'd like you to bring in the breath. Inhale gently through the nose, exhale gently through the nose. And if you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, or that constriction of the glottis throat, and you like it, it's an invitation to join into that now, because ironically, Lakshmi, the goddess of light, also has to do with that nectar that is formed, that drips into our throat from the pituitary gland, that feeds us even more into that light. So it's very interesting that that comes up again, the churning of the oceans, of the milk that evolves, that golden dripping light. Feel it pouring in. Feel it pouring in with grace and with strength, and just gently. Hi, Vicky, welcome. And then I'd like you to go ahead and release your hands down beside your hips, palms facing up, but stay grounded in your breath. The hands are going to play an important part in today's practice, because they're going to help you to stay grounded, so that they're always touching something and helping you to get from one place to another. When you use your hands to grab onto a foot or to ground down to the floor, it's another way for the nervous system to stay calm. It's a way to repeat to the nervous system, we're here, we're okay, all is well. So feel all is well. And then I want you to feel how the lower back is arched here, that natural arch that's in the spine. I want you to maintain that arch throughout the practice. unless otherwise told to shift it. That arch tends to flatten as we come out of alignment. And that arch sometimes we think is a fault because there's an imbalance in our back. I want you to be vulnerable and I want you to keep that arch unless otherwise told. Now we're going to play with that arch, moving from this goddess, it's actually a goddess posture on the ground. And I'd like you to bring the right knee pointed up. Just lift the right knee up and pause here. Notice how the lower back is no longer arched, it's just natural. And then bring the left knee up to meet the right knee. And now maybe there's just a smaller arch in the spine, but not quite as defined. Heel toe your feet out nice and wide, and then allow the knees to collapse, one down towards the other. Maybe the bottoms of the feet lift up slightly. And then maybe notice how the lower back is no longer in an arch, or maybe very minimal. And notice how you feel extremely safe here. You're no longer vulnerable. The second chakra is no longer being fed, right? The knees apart are feeding that second chakra, that divine mother. And here we're just taking a moment to ground. Then I'd like you to place the left foot flat, but keep the knee pointed up. And then let the right knee just collapse down. Collapse down toward the left. And then take an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the nose using Ujjayi breath. And notice the lower back and how it again comes into that vulnerable place. And then put that vulnerable place into your heart. And from your heart, exhale into that lower back. Lift the right knee up. Let the left knee collapse down towards the right thigh, having just a gentle inward rotation of the hips. Anytime we go into a goddess class or a light class, it has a lot to do with the hips, right? If you put two and two together, you kind of think why. So we're going to get a lot of hip openings today, and we're going to play a lot with the femur bone into the hip socket, or the acetibulum if you want to get fancy. And just feel how the vulnerable or the tender can subside if you're just patient around it. Go ahead and lift the left knee up now. Heel toe the feet back in alignment, hip distance apart. And then I'd like you to go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Bring the knees into the chest just to notice what happens in the lower back. Take a deep inhale at the heart center. And slow exhale, bring the feet back down to the ground. Take a giant step out with the right foot outside of your mat. And then grab the right ankle with the right hand. Grabbing the right ankle with the right hand, notice that as it gives you like a sense of security already, you're binding at something. And then I want you to pull the right ankle towards the right hip and allow the right knee to collapse down towards the left again. Feel a deeper stretch now through the front of the right leg. The left palm is up. The neck is in line with the back. And then press down through the left foot slightly and feel how that affects the right leg, the right hip flexor. Release the bind of the right ankle. Place the right foot beside the left foot. Take another inhale and exhale. Take a giant step out with the left foot. Bind around the left ankle with the left hand, if it's possible. And then allow the left knee to come down. To come down in towards center. And fill up with breath, fill up with space. As you still are settling into your mat, into your practice. Release the bind of the left ankle, please. Place the left foot beside the right foot. Pull the knees into the chest. On your next inhale, I'd like you to lift up the chest towards the knees and then bow your head down towards yourself, kind of like in a little cocoon. And then go ahead and roll all the way up to seated from there. Cross your legs and come into tabletop. Spread your fingers. Bring your knees under your hips. Take notice of your hands. We're going to go through a couple cat-cows just to sync the breath up with the movement. So inhale, Chin lifts, heart comes forward, lower back arches. Exhale, tailbone comes in, heart comes down, chin comes in. Now repeat that maybe 3 more times on your own. Just beginning to slowly transition into more of a motion-like movement. Kind of mimicking the churning of the ocean here. If you can really focus on that Ujjayi breath, see if you can find that sweet nectar dripping from the pituitary gland down into the throat, feeding the body, creating lots of light. Yeah, I'm getting weird tonight, guys. And then go ahead and come into neutral tabletop. Take a deep breath. Bring the big toes together. Exhale, knees wide, child's pose. As you're in child's pose, I want you to notice how the temple or the middle of the brow touches the yoga mat. I want you to plant a little light right there, like a little flashlight. And every time that your forehead touches the knee as we move through the practice, each time your thumbs touch your center here, I want you to see that light expanding until it feels as if it fills the whole field of your body. As you gently and gracefully move through strength and self-actualization of how you truly feel comes into fruition. Gently walk both arms over to the right side of your mat. And notice how you can feel the left side of your spine releasing. Reach with your arms a little further over to the right, if that's okay. And see if you can expand even more through the left side of the ribs. Go ahead and come back through center. You're probably comfortable if you've had a rough day. And then go on over to the opposite side. Something really cool about Lakshmi, the goddess of light, is that they celebrate her for the festival of Diwali in India, which is the festival of lights. So we're going to see if we can turn all of our lights on today. We're going to become light brights, little light bright goddesses. Take another inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, coming back through center. Walk it all the way up to tabletop, please. And then I want you to walk your fingertips, or actually all of your hand, forward to the corners of your mat. And then walk the knees back. And then lower all the way down to the stomach. Continue to walk the hands to the corners of the mat until they're at full length distance of the arm. Come up onto all 10 fingertips. On the inhale, I want you to push into the fingertips, lift your chin, lift your chest, and on the exhale, slowly come all the way down. Inhale, press into the 10 fingertips, lift up, shine up. Exhale, bring it down. One more time, inhale, lift it up. Good. And then exhale, gently release. Walk the fingertips, all 10 of them, back about 4 inches or so, 4 to 6 inches. The elbows are going to be bent here. We're going to move up and down into little powerful cobra poses here. So press through 10 fingers, inhale, lift up, chin, heart, notice the spine, and then exhale, slowly release down. If you're lifting so much that you're feeling this in your lower back, continue 2 more times, then you're probably lifting too quickly or too high. Nice. Let the elbows bend. Kara, bring your arms in a little closer. Yes. Okay, and then go ahead, last one. And then take a pause wherever you land. Relax. Turn your head to one direction. Let the elbows fall, just like a crow pose or cactus pose. Take a full inhale and exhale. As you pass through the center now, for a moment, touch the top or the forehead to the ground. Make a presence known again at that spot, that light. Welcome in the abundance. Accept it fully. And then turn your head in the opposite direction and release the chin again. Good. Go through center again. Inhale, lift up again through a cobra. But this time, walk the fingers back a few more inches. So now you're almost into a regular cobra, but you're still on 10 fingertips. Okay, and then I want you to inhale, lift up, stay light in the lower body, and really focus on the upper spine here. Maybe you feel the shoulders starting to move a little bit more back, and then exhale and release. And then 2 more times. Inhale, bottom rib lifts, and exhale. And now on this third one, inhale and stay there. Stay there to be curious about the upper back. Be curious about the right elbow and the left elbow and how you're cupping your hands. Be curious about how the bottom of the feet or the top of the feet touch the mat. And then I want you to send the shoulders back, and then just for a moment, inhale and look up. Notice how that affects the lower back or the mid back. And then exhale, direct your attention back to center. Turn your head now over to the right, gazing over the body, and just see what's in the back now. Take another full inhale here. Good. And then exhale and release. And same thing on the other side. First we lift though, inhale, lift the chin, bring the gaze up. Exhale, bring the gaze back to center. And then gaze over the left shoulder. Take another full inhale. And a full exhale to release. And lower down slowly, bottom rib, next rib, until the heart rests back down on the ground. Place the hands under the shoulders, press yourself up through tabletop, past through tabletop, and come into downward dog. Once you're in downward dog, I want you to press into the ground with your hands. Notice how the tingling feeling or a different feeling may move from the tips of the fingers into the center of your palms. And then take the right ankle and cross it over the left ankle, just to feel a release behind the left leg. Maybe you even want to look over to the right armpit to get a little deeper, or under the left armpit as you sway your hips, and just see what's there. Just shedding some more light into the center of the body. And then place the right foot back down as you come through downward dog on an inhale. And on an exhale, you lift your tailbone up, you pull the navel in, but you find and you discover that arch is back, right? And then we're going to switch it. Bring the left ankle over the right ankle. And then again, you can kind of sway your hips over to the right or to the left and just see what's here. Get curious as you release out all of that tension in the back of the calves, the back of the knees. And then again, once you're done, untangle yourself, release through downward dog. We're going to inhale, bring our gaze forward, walk the feet to the front of the mat, and then exhale, bend the knees and forward fold. Come up onto all 10 fingertips as you inhale, lengthen the spine, pull the belly in, and then exhale, come a little lower. Bind around the back of your legs with your hands. Hug your elbows in towards the knees, and just create a nice little place to land here and kind of recognize where you are in your hips. If you're hinging at the hips or if you're putting too much pressure on the back, and make an adjustment. If you're feeling this in your back, you're going to want to bend your knees more. If you're not, continue to lengthen through the spine. Then go ahead and inhale, lift up the arms over your head. Maybe bring the gaze up to the thumbs. Pass through the center of your forehead. Place pressure right in that spot again. Close your eyes. Take a full inhale. Exhale, bow down towards yourself and find the ground. Inhale, lengthen halfway once again. Exhale, step it back, downward dog. Take 3 Ujjayi breaths with sound, with purpose. Gently, gracefully. Seek to purify the light through discipline, through staying connected to your practice. Again, if the thoughts come, send them to your heart and ask if it's important in this moment. With the next inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, place the right foot in between your hands and lower down the left knee. Untuck the left toes and press the top of the left foot down. Good job, Jojo, you got it, girl. Bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot. And I want you to bring both hands over to the left. So your right foot is kind of like in a lizard, but both hands are over to the left. And just feel what it is that's happening in the right inner thigh or through the groin. And then see if you've got a little bit more space to land the left elbow to the ground, maybe the right elbow to the ground, but you're really over to the left, so you have lots of space to breathe. And then I'd like you to inhale, just like those cobra postures. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, and exhale and come a little lower. Good. Just 2 more times, just like that. Good, Paul. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Just a lot of rising, a lot of tides, a lot of in and out. Good. With the next inhale, press into the hands. Walk your hands back through the center of the mat. Lift the left knee up and send the right leg back into downward dog. Land in your downward dog with 3 inhales and exhales of Ujjayi breath. Press the hands into the mat. Feel connected as you press the heels into the mat. Inhale, lift the gaze to the front in between the thumbs and walk your feet forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, grab behind the ankles and fold again. Again, seeking purpose, going inward, reflecting that self-actualization. Can you lift the tailbone a little higher? Can you stretch a little bit more, not too much, just enough to see how much you really have in that discipline. Inhale, then release the hands over your head. Look up into the thumbs. Exhale, pass to that point between the brows, slight pressure. Exhale, continuing down to the floor. Step back, downward dog. 3 breaths through downward dog. Notice as energy begins to shift and change, as you begin to settle into the practice now. Inhale, lifting the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, place the left foot in between your hands as you lower the right knee. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot and walk the left foot out just a tiny bit as you walk the hands over to the right. Walk your hands over to the right and send the shoulders back. Pull the navel in just slightly, and then see if you can release the right elbow down. If that's enough or too much, you can come right back up, and then maybe the left elbow. You inhale, you lift the chin, you pull the heart forward, and then you exhale and release. 2 more just like this. Inhale, pull the hips back, exhale. 1 more time, inhale, creating a lot of space in the upper back, and exhale. Press into the hands, walk them back to center. Lift the right knee up. Send the left foot back, plank posture. Hold here for a moment. And just kind of go with your perseverance, your dedication to the practice. Build just a little bit of heat. Spread the fingers out wide. Pull the belly button in. And then activate the legs. Pull the quadricep muscles up. Good. Pull the ribs in. Yep, and continue to press down through the hands. Stay connected. Continue to inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Let everything wash through you. Inhale. 10 more seconds. Exhale. Find the discipline to persevere with grace. 5 more seconds. The next exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, all the way back, downward dog. Adjust your feet. Again, activate the front of the legs. Lift the tailbone. Pull the ribs in. Pull the chin down as well now. Pull the chin down into the chest. Notice how that changes the jawline. Maybe the way the breath flows through the body. 1 more Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lift the chin, gaze forward, walk forward. Lengthen, and forward fold. Inhale, hands over the top of your head, please, mountain pose. Gaze goes up. And this time, pause at the heart and close your eyes. Press the thumbs into the heart. Listen to the heart. Support the heart. With your eyes closed and your face soft, your jaw relaxed and released. Just pause for a moment. Notice where you are, your body, your vessel, your spirit, and know that you are way beyond this. Feel that light beginning to magnify, this infinite light, going and going. And that we're just here borrowing this body just to experience this life. And we're using this body, this practice of yoga, to experience it fully. Pull in that light, gather it, know it, realize it, and tenderly move with it through the body. Inhale, open the eyes, bring the gaze up as the hands join at the top once again. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, step it back, downward dog. Right leg goes up, inhale. And then slide the right knee forward in between the hands. Good. Lower the left knee down, bring the right shin horizontal to the front of your yoga mat. Walk the left leg back. We're gonna stay high for a moment with the hands kind of forward of the right shin. And I want you to inhale and kind of pull the ribs through, send the shoulders back. And notice how the spine kind of arches here. Good, and then on the exhale, go ahead and bring the chin in and kind of feel like you're doing a little bit of a cat pose. Feel the left side of the body, how that feels. And then begin to walk the hands closer towards the legs or the hips, maybe the outside of the hips. Come to the 10 fingertips. Inhale, lift the chin, send the shoulders back. Feel that vulnerability. Good, and then exhale, make your way down to your left elbow and your right elbow. Notice how the right hip gets supported by the ground. Once your elbows are down, your forearms are down, we're gonna go through 3 inhales and exhales, just like the tides, the changing tides that never stop. So inhale, lift the chin, pull the heart forward. Exhale, chin comes down and release. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, you lift. Exhale and release. Last one on the inhale to lift. And this time, completely lower down that forehead, right on top of the arms. If they don't get there, just do what you can. Maybe you put a block under there. And then again, create that point just for a moment, even if you pass for a moment, and then turn your head to feel that center point of your forehead. That seed of abundance, of grace, of light, of purification. Good. And then press through the forearms. Slowly begin to lengthen the spine. Lift all the way up, arms will come straight. Send that right leg back and come into a plank posture. Spread the fingers out, building heat once again. Frame the heart with the shoulders. Reach your heels back. Press through the earth, pull the ribs in. Bring your forehead downwards towards them, or looking downwards towards the mat, and pull in 5 Ujjayi breaths. So that should give us about 20 seconds here. Close your eyes. Continue to breathe in. Let it go out. 3 more rounds. Hug the muscles in of the legs. 2 more rounds. 1 more. Press it back, downward dog. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Left leg goes up, inhale. Slide the left knee forward in between the hands, lower the right knee, untuck the toe. Bring the left shin horizontal to the front of the mat, and bring the hands slightly forward to support yourself, to kind of feel your body in space and on your mat. How does the left hip feel? Do I need to put a block under my hip, a blanket? Make all those adjustments. We're trying to hold space in a way that's gentle and compassionate. So onto the 10 fingertips, you inhale, you pull the chin, the heart, lengthen the spine, and then you exhale and relax. And then 1 more time, we're gonna inhale, lift the chin, the spine extends, and then exhale, we come back with the hands a little bit more towards the hips, framing the body now. We inhale, begin to feel the spine lengthening, activate through the legs and exhale. 1 more time, lifting up, feel the spine go tall, and then down you go, bow down to the floor, right onto the elbows. Both hands are flat now. Our spines are straight, our navels are strong. 3 inhales, so just a little bit of a length. Feel how it affects the left femur going into the left hip. Exhale and fold. Inhale, chin goes up, heart goes up. Send the hip back and fold. Last one, inhale, chin goes up, spine lengthens, and all the way release. Bring the forehead down for a moment, touch that point, and then turn the neck in a position that supports you. Adjust as needed. As you continue to surrender to the moment, to release the day, to find yourself in serenity and peace, so that the night just whispers to you, whispers that you can let go. You don't always have to be strong because you are strong. When you let go once in a while, doesn't mean you're defeated. It just means you're human. Good. Let's take 1 more inhale. And exhale. Use your hands to support you to lift all the way up. Pass through tabletop and then all the way up downward dog. Hi, I'm still here. Make your way back. Press into the mat. Relax your neck. Good. And again, feel like you're hugging your heart with your shoulders. Hug your heart with your shoulders. What does that do? What does that feel like? Can you really hug your heart with your shoulders? No, but you can. You can emotionally. You can spiritually. Can you lift your tailbone a little higher? Can you reach your heels a little bit lower towards the ground? And can you pull your ribs in more? Good. Can you feel super still, super planted, super grounded? Can you imagine being grounded anymore? Can you bring any images into the palms of your hands? Maybe up at the tailbone, up into the sky, through the bottoms of both heels. What can you do? Explore. Good. And then go ahead on your next inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, and then pass the right foot in between your hands. This time we're going to bring the right hand onto the inside of the right foot, but keep the left knee up. Activate the left leg, activate the muscles in the belly, and walk the hands over to the left. Keep walking them over to the left to kind of see what's here on the right side of the body. Push into the ground with the hands, pull the navel in. Good, and then walk the hands back to the center of the mat. Take the right hand and bring it over to the right hip. Press into the left hand now to turn the chest over to the right thigh. Squeeze the right knee just gently in towards the heart. Keep the left heel activated back, and then turn your gaze upward. Feel yourself growing stronger, more luminous. Good, bring the hand down, the right hand down. Bring the left knee down. And come all the way down to seated on tush. Leave the right leg extended out in front of you. You're going to keep the right leg extended out in front of you. And then you're going to take your left shin and move it over the left knee, actually, all the way to the left. So you kind of create space for yourself. So the right leg just stays in line with the hip. The left knees are over here. Good. And we're going to bring that right hand now over to the right outside of your foot. Your left hand can just stay on your hip. I want you to inhale, lift the chin, pull the heart forward. And then exhale, bow down towards the knee. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. Inhale, lift the chin. Maybe bend the knee to meet your forehead. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Good. Exhale, bow down to the knee and just stay there. Bring the left hand over to the outside of the right foot as well. And stay in this forward fold, bending the right knee as you need. And keep the left hip and left knee kind of grounded here. We're going to come through a few variations of Shavasana here. Going through different variations, walking the arms in different directions to find even more that happens within the hips, within the girdle of the hips. The girdle of the hips through which light is expressed in the feminine goddess body. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and inhale, lift the chin, lift the heart. Walk the hands over to the left side of your knee. Leave the right leg where it is. Just walk both hands over to the outside of the left leg. Press the hands into the earth. Feel how that kind of spreads the upper back and widens it. And keep grounding down through the right leg. And go ahead now and walk your hands to the center now, in between both of those legs. Reach forward. Palms are flat, forehead down towards the ground. If the forehead doesn't come down to the ground, that's okay. You can bring your arms up to meet it, but again, just make that contact here. Inhale, lift up just for a moment, pull the waist in and back, and then exhale, forward fold a little deeper and go inward. Go inward and just contemplate on your breath, the simplicity of your breath, that's it, keep it easy. Press into the palms, inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, walk the hands into the left shin. We're going to go ahead and straddle on the left leg now so both legs are out wide. The best that you can here. Press down through the legs, check out the knees and the feet. Make sure that they're in alignment. You don't want your knees collapsing in or the legs turning out. You want the tops of your legs on. And I want your tailbone kind of going back. Okay, we're gonna take the left hand outside the right foot. Bring the right hand outside the right hip and onto the ground. We're gonna press into the right hand to lift up the spine, feel the left side stretching, and on the exhale again, bowing down towards the knee. 2 more times just like that. Press into the right hand, inhale and lift. Exhale and bow down. Last one, inhale and lift. And then exhale, bow down. Maybe the forehead touches the knee, maybe it doesn't. But just stay here. Stay here in the stillness, in this release. Continue to send the hips back as if you're trying to lift the tailbone higher. See what that does and changes things a little bit. To create more length, more space, to be movable, to be flexible in the hips. Flexible in the direction in which that light flows, right? And then press into the right hand, lift all the way back up. Walk the hands back into the center. Good. Walk your hands over to the left foot. Bring the right foot over to meet the left. Lengthen here. Inhale, both legs are in front of you. Soften at the knees. Forward fold, touch the outsides of the feet. Continue to send the hips back. Close your eyes, release the jaw. Good, release the bottoms of the feet and walk the hands up the legs to stay connected, to stay grounded. Take the left hand at the left knee then. Actually, I'm sorry, take the right hand to the right knee, bend the right knee. Place the right knee onto the outside of the floor and then lift it up with the right hand and bring it out to the side. Good. Left leg is just straight out from the left hip. Right knee is open. Excellent. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring now the right hand over to the left foot. Reaching the outside of the left foot. Take the left hand outside the left hip. Lengthen the head. If you can't reach the bottom of the foot, grab the shin, that's okay. And then exhale and bow down to the left leg. Inhale, we're gonna lift up. Exhale, you're gonna bow down. One more time, inhale and lift. Exhale and go inward, stay here. If you're okay here, and you don't need the help of the left hand, take the left hand around the left foot as well. Frame the left foot with both hands. Bring your forehead down to the knee. Or maybe bend at the knee to bring the knee up to the forehead, right into that spot, that luminous spot. And as you do that, welcome in that person, that deity, that mother, into your nature, into your being. Know that you're her. You're her reincarnated. You're her reincarnated and becoming even stronger. It's always been there. You can feel her, and you can always rest in her. Good, then go ahead and walk the hands up the left leg to stay grounded. Walk both hands over to the right, outside of the right thigh. Give yourself a gentle twist to lengthen at the spine, to pull the navel in. Yep, there you go. And then release through the center of the legs. Both hands come to the front of the pelvic. Walk the hands forward, coming right down through center. Activate the left quadricep again. Come to 10 fingertips. Inhale, lengthen wherever you are. Exhale, bow down. 2 more up, just like the water. We're made of mostly water. So why not mimic it more? Why not be more fluid like the water? Let it shimmer on the top, on the surface. Exhale, lower and pause. Continue to send both hips back. Lift the tailbone, keep the body bowed down. And then press through both hands, rise up. Walk the hands back onto the right shin. Lift the right foot up and extend it back out into a straddle. You're going to bring the right hand out over to the left foot. Bring the left hand behind your left hip. Forward fold over the left knee. Encourage that left leg to stay inward, to turn the leg on, to have an internal rotation, although the legs are out wide. Encourage the left hand to push down into the floor, into the mat, to grow the spine longer. Maybe now it's the chin that wants to bow down towards the knee. Maybe the spine is extended so much and released so much tension and build up that now it's lengthened. Now there's space that you can actually see visible light creeping in, flowing through. Good. Then go ahead, bring the left hand over to the left foot. Walk both hands into the center of the legs. Take one more bow down, forward fold, send the hips back. And then go ahead and grab the right foot, bring it over to meet the left foot. Soften the knees by bending them slightly. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, and go down, bow down towards your legs as if they were standing. Keep them so strong to support you as if you were standing. But this time they're supported by the back of your hips. Good. Go ahead and plant the hands down outside of the hips as you lift up and inhale. Cross your legs and come back into tabletop. Pass through for a moment. Stretch it back. Downward dog. Notice the shift of the energy, how quickly it shifts, maybe a little different direction. Maybe it's more in the head now. Maybe it's more in the legs. Just see where it is. Good. Find 2 more Ujjayi breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more, just like the ocean, the vast of the ocean. Inhale. That's how powerful we are, you guys. If you just let yourself be. Exhale. Good. Inhale, look up. Walk the feet forward. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, lift the arms up over your head. Gaze goes up, lift the chin. Pass through a moment, forehead, heart, and then to the floor. Relax. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Step back, downward dog. Good. Okay, take a moment to just stay centered, to stay still. Give it to your heart. Embrace it with your heart. Does it need to go or should it stay? Good. Slowly on the next exhale, lower down the knees. Cross your ankles and come to seated on your butt. You're going to bring the legs out in front of you. Get the knees pointed up. Bring the hands kind of way back. You can actually even make the fingertips behind you so they're pointed to the back of the mat. Just kind of be lazy for a second. Just kind of let everything like, right? Just see what that's like. So this is inactive, it's more of a passive thing. And then we're gonna switch it up again to feel that femur mode really come into the hip joint. And then we're gonna land in a beautiful lotus posture. So go ahead now from here, lift the right ankle onto the left thigh. Top of the quad really. Flex the right toe and just see what this feels like. Rock the knees over to the right and then over to the left and just see what the right hip is saying to you. Feel how the right femur bone really goes into that little hole a little bit more. And then pause at the center. Walk your hands a little closer towards your lower back. And then say hello again. Send the knees over to the right and over to the left. Good. Just see what's happening here. Flex your toes more. There you go. Okay, and then come again through center. Walk the hands a little bit closer. And now it's like, okay, if I can't support my spine in a straight spine here, energy going up, then I want to walk my hands a little further back. So adjust yourself so that you feel like there's some uncomfortableness in the right leg. So a little bit to where your spine is straight, your right hip is uncomfortable, and then again begin to knees rock left and right. So very soothing action, very rocking, very evening-like flow. Okay, and then go ahead and pause here. Bring the right foot to the left ankle and guide the left ankle and heel underneath the right booty. Not really under it, but kind of like to the outside of the right booty. And then I want you to lift the right shin up and cradle it like a little baby. So you're going to bring the right foot into the left nook of the elbow, right knee into the right nook of the elbow. And again, seek a spine that's straight. If you cannot keep your spine straight here, this is where you kind of roll up your mat a little bit, or blanket or block, until you can get it straight. Okay, and then again, just rock, soothe away. I want you to really try to find some flexibility in this right hip. And I'm dying to say this, but it is your birthing hips, right? So we're finding lots of light. We bring life, we bring light. That's one of our ways. Okay, and then you go ahead, and life is not just in human form, right? It's in animal form, it's in flowers, it's in plants, and food. It's in everywhere. As we bring light, and where there's light, there's growth. Bring that right leg now over the right shoulder, or near it, somewhat near it. And then I want you to again try to lift the spine and then rock that. Just soothe it away. Inhaling and exhaling to support the posture. Good. Okay, then go ahead and still the rocking. I want you to bring the right shin gently on top of the left shin and stack the right knee over the left foot. Stack the right foot over the left knee. Find a nice strong posture. Lengthen here, pull the navel in. And then on your exhale, I want you to fold forward. Extend your arms in front of your shins. If this is nowhere near where you're at, and even if the knee is up and it's not looking like anybody else's image, it doesn't matter. All you're doing is acting and looking for some sort of reaction in the right hip. When your arms are where they need to be, maybe the elbows come down, maybe the forehead touches the legs, maybe they touch the ground. Activate the feet. Activate the feet to support the internal awareness of the body. And then just like a wave rising, inhale, lift the chin, lift the heart, lift the elbows. Send the hips back. Exhale and come all the way down. Cascade over your legs. 2 more, just like that. Inhale. Really allowing that vulnerability. Exhale. Last one, you rise. Inhale. And coming down and staying down. If you need to adjust the arms, we're going to be here for about 4 to 6 breaths. I'm going to see how this feels in your bodies. Support your arms to support your head, to support that right hip. And notice and imagine as if you could actually see that right femur bone going deeper into that hip socket. Maybe not fully today, but one day. And they say when you can release through the hips, you can release emotional baggage that we tend to carry with us. So release any emotional baggage that you're carrying with you right now. Take a deep inhale and let it all go. Good. Press into the hands, lift all the way up. We're going to swing the right leg all the way back. Pass through tabletop, up through downward dog. Through downward dog, we bring our gaze forward. Walk our feet forward. Fold. Inhale, hands meet at the top. Really slow exhale, notice the forehead, notice the heart, and ground it down to the earth. Give it to the earth. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, step it back, downward dog. Take an inhale, downward dog. Knees back down to the mat, tabletop. Cross the ankles, come back to seated on your tush. We're going to bring the knees up to center. Hold on to the front of the shins, sit up nice and tall. And then bring the hands behind you to support yourself. We're going to bring the left ankle on the top of the right quadricep. Flex the toes, rock the knees left and right. Get into the left femur, into the left hip. Just see what's here. And then once you've gotten into a few rocks, walk the hands a little closer. Giving your body lots of tender, loving care here. Lots of tender, loving care. Knees left and right. Soothing. Let it go. And then coming into that specific area that you need for your body that still lengthens your spine, that pulls your hips back. And then again, rocking left and right. After a few more rocks on this side, we're going to pause here to just create, bring awareness. Maybe close the eyes. Flex the left toe a little bit more to support the left hip or the left knee. Good, and then we're going to take the right foot with the left hand, bring it to the left of the hip. Grab the left foot with the right hand. Cradle it into the nook of the right elbow. Cradle the left knee into the cradle of the left elbow. Look to spine lengthen. And then when you're ready, go ahead and get creative in here. Feel that left hip just getting more attention, more nurturing, to allow for more space. Because when you're full, you know that that is the only time you can actually offer more light to others, more healing light to others, more support. But supporting yourself first is where it has to be. Good, go ahead and find that stillness. Bring that left leg, if you can see me here, bring that left leg over the left bicep, maybe over the left shoulder, whatever you've got. If you find that you dump into your low spine, you kind of ground here, right? That's probably too high. And then here, you're gonna go and rock. just like before, just rock. But now it's just a little bit more in a deeper expression of the left hip here. We're not going to full compass today. I know some of you are so awfully upset about that. I'll save that for another class. Good. And then go ahead and release that left leg down onto the right shin. Left knee over the right foot. Left foot over the right knee and stack. And again, if you need blocks, blankets, whatever you need to support, that's okay. Take a moment to refresh. Take a moment to lengthen, to frame your heart, to lengthen that light or lift that light. The higher the light goes, the more outward it pours, the more area it touches. If you keep that light in just a central place and don't look to expand it, it's not going to go anywhere. We want to look to lift it. Once you feel it's lifted, once you feel it lifted, see it in your mind's eye, then go ahead and exhale and forward fold. Maybe your elbows come down, maybe your forehead comes down. Seek to pull your waist back to lift your tailbone high. And again, come back into Ujjayi breath, that sweet nectar that fuels health, abundance, prosperity. Take one more breath. Good. Press into the hands to lift up the gaze. Relax the shoulders and send both legs out in front of you. And then shake them out. Get the willies out of your legs. Whatever that means, let it just go. Okay. Our final posture today is Lotus. This should be fun. So I'm going to face this way, actually. So Lotus is the full expression of the divine Lakshmi, the goddess, or of the feminine energy. It's another way of expressing your body in that way. So we're going to try on the first side. So go ahead and extend the legs out, the right leg out. Bring the left heel into the right hip. And let's just see how that goes. Just see how that feels on the left knee. If that's okay, and you got the left heel into the right hip, just know that's already doing you justice. Even if you don't come into full posture, you're already creating some manipulation to the organs inside. Okay, so from here, we're just going to forward fold after we lengthen over that right leg, bowing down over the knee, past the forehead into that point of pressure, and just see how this feels. Take an inhale, holding onto the foot, lift your chin, lift your heart. Good, and exhale, forward fold. Good, hold on to the foot, and then bring the hands to walk them up the right leg. Good, and then switch sides. Extend the left leg, bring the right heel into the left hip. Point the right toe, like flex it towards the shin. I shouldn't say point. Point is like that. Flex it towards the shin. Yeah, I'm confused with it. All right, there we go. All right, from here, we're going to go ahead and lengthen. You can put your hands on your hips. Some people like to lift their arms to kind of bring that energy up. Otherwise, just forward fold when you're ready, bowing down, noticing the difference between one side and the other. And so I want you to know that you can come into either of these as we return into the full lotus pose. Either of these is just as well and will serve in the same purpose. It'll just take you an extra 30 seconds. Inhale, lengthen one time, lengthen the spine like in cobra. Exhale and fold. And then inhale, walk those hands up that left leg. Extend the right leg out. Shake it out, get the willies out. Good. Okay, now we're going to bring that left heel into the right hip again. So if you're going to try full lotus, this is where you're going to reach for that right foot, walk the hands, lengthen, walk the hands to the right leg. You're going to pick that right heel up, put it into the left hip. So that left heel is really high into the right hip. The right heel is really high into the left hip. Good. Now wherever you're in, and again, you can be with the one leg extended, but just notice here, you have the right heel on top of the left, and we're going to switch it to the other side. But for now, we're going to stay right here. We're going to take the right hand, reach the lower back, bring the left hand to the right knee, or right leg if you have it extended, and just give yourself a gentle high twist. Feel this in the high back. And then see if you're okay enough to grab that foot. The right leg's foot that's on the left hip. And if that's okay, great. Hold on to it. If you're still okay, you're gonna take the left hand as if you were twisting. I can't do a full bind, but you can also, maybe I will today, no, not yet. And you can grab the left foot with the right hand from the back side. Yeah, that's a full lotus. There you go. Pull the ribs in, flex. So once you've got this foot, then you reflex again, and that gives you a little bit more space. It may even help to forward fold a little bit. You're gonna probably build a little bit of heat. Good, take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, release the foot, then the other. Release the arms. Extend the right leg forward. Extend the left leg forward, and shake it out. Okay, we're gonna move on to the other side. So lengthen the spine, let it go. Bring the hands over to the left foot. Pull the left heel up high into the right hip. Give me an alert if I already did this side, but I don't think I did. I think we're good. Thumbs up, Vic. Are we good, Rose? I think so. Okay. Now you're gonna go ahead and grab the right foot and place it on top. I hope this is the opposite. If it's not, just correct yourself. Are we good, Rose? Am I good? Did I do this side already or no? No? All right, good. I'm good. Yay. All right, here we go. So we're going to twist it out other direction now. So first we're going to lengthen. We're going to find that gentle arch in our spines, kind of pulling our chest out just a slight bit with the ribs still pulled in. We're going to bring our right hand to the left knee, bring our left hand behind us, give us a gentle twist. If you're still okay, you're going to grab that foot behind you, over to the right with the left hand, and then turn your gaze back to center. Take your right hand behind you as well, and then maybe find the right foot that's on the left hip. And again, once you have the bind, if you've got the left foot first, it helps to flex the toe towards the shin once you have it, and then you'll get more space to grab the foot. And then once you're bound, you're gonna stay there. Breathe in and out. Don't judge, oh my God, I'm not flexible, I'm not this. Just be patient. Practice patience with yourself. Grace is really what we're looking for. Good. And then release your bind of your feet onto your arms. Send your right leg out. Send your left leg out. Shake them out. Maybe bring the feet out, open. Shake them, point them, flex them. Good. And then go ahead and bend the knees. Grab your hands around the back of the thighs. Walk them towards your hips and lower down to the mat. So we're coming into Shavasana. So if you'd like to put that towel over your eyes, now would be the time. If you'd like to just lay there with your eyes closed. And try to imagine you're in a serene, quiet place with no one home, no kids nearby, or unless you like the sounds of them right now, or animals or noises. And instead, just imagine yourself in an oasis. An oasis created just for you. An oasis created just for you, this goddess of light and abundance, of wealth and good fortune, bringer, deliverer of light, giver to so many, but hesitant to receive. Turn your palms up now, face them towards the ceiling or the sky. And with each inhale, allow yourself to receive that grace in its full form, to feel the kiss of light at your forehead, the kiss of light at your heart, and rest here. I invite you to place your right hand back at your heart, your left hand right below the navel. Feel the light in your body. Feel the light in your body expand for these touch points. Expand beyond just your skin. Feel that light going beyond just your skin and into the aura, into the sky, into the room, reaching higher and higher, remagnifying. The world will drag you by the hand yelling, this is important, and this is important, and you must do this. But each day, it's up to you to yank your hand back, put it on your heart and say, no, this is what's important. We wear many hats today. We wear many hats in our life, in this incarnation that we're in right now in this time. Our purpose now is to bring that light forth. As we transition into more abundance, into more peace, don't forget that. Listen to the heart. When you're ready, bend your knees. With both hands, reach for your shins or the back of your thighs. Gently roll over to the right, but stay connected to your legs to tell the body to stay in soothing, to stay in relaxation. And then with the hands planted down into the earth, press into the earth and feel the earth pressing you back up to lifting into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to rest on your knees. Take an inhale here with your eyes closed. Whenever you feel that light starting to fade, come back to your people, to those people that light you back up. Namaste. Thanks, girls. Or should I say goddesses? And I